The sound of my cell phone ringing ripped me from my sleep while it was still pitch black outside. Groaning, I rolled over to stretch my arm toward my bedside table. As a veterinarian in a small town, getting calls in the middle of the night happened more often than I liked. I wasn't officially a 24/7 practice, but my number wasn't exactly a secret. I'd lived in Moorville my entire life, except when I'd been away for college to get my undergraduate and then veterinary school. "Hello," I grunted after accepting the call. "I need you to get your ass over to my house," Ryland growled. "That cat you pawned off on Waverly has been puking all night." I rolled off my mattress and muttered, "It could just be hairballs. Whatever it is, I need you to fix it. Now." He heaved a deep sigh. "I have to be in court to give a closing statement first thing in the morning, and I've barely gotten an hour's sleep." That explained why he'd called Wiggles "that damn cat" when he had fallen in love with the orange tabby just as much as Waverly had. They'd taken him in as a foster a couple of weeks ago, but when I offered to move him to another volunteer after the puppy she'd been housing was adopted, they couldn't let the little cutie go and decided to keep him instead. "I'll be right over. Hurry." I was tempted to take my time after he hung up on me without saying anything else, but the sudden onset of persistent vomiting in a feline could have a more serious cause than the hairballs I mentioned. A couple of possibilities could require surgery, if they caused a bowel obstruction, and I'd never do anything to put an animal at risk. It didn't take me long to throw on some clothes and drive over to Ryland and Waverly's house. My cousin must have been watching for me, because he flung their front door open before I could knock. "Where's Wiggles?" He stepped to the side so I could walk past as he answered, "He's on the couch with Waverly." I strode through their entryway and to the right, heading straight for them. Waverly was curled up in the corner with my patient resting in her lap. Gracie, the gray kitten she'd found abandoned on the street not too long after she'd met Ryland, when they were on opposite sides of a court case, was stretched out over her feet. My cousin had fallen for her hard and fast, something that had been obvious to me when he'd made a similar call to me in the middle of the night when Gracie had an upper respiratory infection early in their relationship. It had been impossible to miss how well he and Waverly fit together, and she had quickly become one of my favorite people. Not only did she love Ryland and treat him well, but her icy exterior hid a soft heart that loved cats almost as much as I did. The world would be a much better place if there were more people like her in it. "How has Wiggles been acting lately? Is he still playful? Eating and drinking okay?" I asked. She stroked her fingers through Wiggles' orange fur. "He seemed fine until his gagging woke me up the first time." Looking Wiggles over, I was relieved to see that he didn't appear to have lost weight.